Hello everyone, today's construction day 161.
All right, so we just got back from the Fiesta party, and it was up at Jernell's house right behind us, and what a great time, right?
It was, yes, there were a lot of people.
There was a lot of people. There must easy 50, 60 people. Some live here in this barangay, but others from surrounding barangays. Got a chance to spend some time with Jernell's grandfather, so that was nice. We chatted with him. I can only tell you guys, and I've said this so many times, the people here are just so nice.
Very nice meeting all of them.
They went out of their way. As soon as they see us pulled up, we stopped at Goldilocks and picked up a nice cake.
Yes.
So we did not come empty-handed. But they did kill 3 pigs. They roasted 3 pigs. And there was probably 7, 8, 9 different dishes.
Yes.
All different types of dishes. And the food was just
Very, very good.
unbelievable. So we're very basog right now.
Basog.
Everybody was so nice. There actually is another goat that had 2 more babies. So I need to get up there and film that. Not today. Didn't get a chance to show off my pipes. There was no karaoke yet. They were just having dinner and you know, just everybody just talking and having a good time. So really nice. We met 3 school teachers from the local elementary school, and I haven't told you guys, but we want to make a connection with the local school here, and it just was perfect timing. So we got a chance to meet 3 very nice teachers. They invited Wilma and I down for a tour of the elementary school. They each taught, one was 4th, one was 5th, and one was 6th grade. It's kindergarten through 6 here in this elementary school. And then once they get to the 7th grade, they go down to Dowen, downtown Dowen, where there's a bigger school, bigger high school. So we made that connection, so that was good. So I would like to do a video of the elementary school. I would have to talk to the teachers and see if that's okay, but we want to get involved with this barangay, and we want to get involved with the elementary school. We did that in Leyte. Basically every time that we visited, and then when we moved there permanently, we would always stop by and we donate pencils and paper and things like that. Things that the kids truly do need. And we wanted to make this connection for a couple months, but we've just been so busy we haven't had a chance to do it. We're waiting for the plumber to come up today. The plumber that was recommended by City Hardware to get our water storage tank slash pressure pump and the pump itself purchased and installed. So we're just waiting for Arnell from City Hardware to arrive, and I want to get all that product up here on site. Now I think we're going to need to do a little concrete pad for the water tank, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Also, I want to show you the outdoor shower that we're creating and some of the work that we're going to do probably not next week, but probably 2 weeks from now. So I'm trying to get 1, 2, 3 weeks planned out, so we keep busy. Jernell probably has 2 to 3 days left on that back drain. It's taken a little longer than we thought with just the amount of rendering that needs to be done. And remember, he's doing everything himself, so all the supplies is here. And for him to grab I don't know, it's got to be 60, 70 pound bag of stone that he has to put on his shoulder and walk it 1 bag at a time down the property to the left, all the way to the back, and then over to where he needs it. So, and same thing with cement. When he needs a bag of cement, I think they're 80 pound bags. The cement is all up here. So he has to come all the way around, grab 1 bag of cement and walk all the way back. So it is taking a little bit longer. Which is fine. I mean, it's getting done. So once that back drain is completed, we do have some more of that landscaping on those 3 panels. Then we got 2 concrete pads that he's going to pour for us as well. So we'll get you guys some updates, primarily ceiling work. You could probably see they're doing some skim coat now, and we'll get you some updates. So now that they have the cement board up here in the master bathroom, I was able to get in to the windowsill this morning and paint that last windowsill. So I got 2 coats on this sill before we went to the Fiesta. So now all the windowsills in the house have been painted, cleaned up, and have 2 coats on it, waiting for the window install. So here in the walk-in closet, they're working on the skim coat today. So it looks like they have a little more work to do, but they are getting that skim coat on. And then we want to get this painted because we also want to get this grouted and cleaned up and sealed, and then we'll come in and do another coat of paint, because you can see that they obviously did some drips from the skim coat. So this all has to be repainted again, no big deal, but we definitely got to get this grouted, and I want to get this sealed because we're about 2 weeks away from having Wilma's walk-in closet installed. So we want this room completely done and ready for the installation here in the next 2 weeks. Same thing here in the master bedroom. They're working on the skim coat, and they still got 2 panels to be installed. So hopefully they get done with that today, but they are working on all the rivets and the mesh with the putty, and then now the skim coat over top. So look at the labor that's involved with these ceilings. So once they put up the cement board itself, then they go through and grind rivets flush. Then they go through and put that putty as well as the fiberglass mesh, and then a second coat of putty to bury the mesh in. And then they put skim coat over all of the rivets, and then go over with a coat over all of the cement board, and then they let that dry. And then they come back now, and they're putting a whole nother layer on top of the layer that they just put on earlier today. So you can see the difference between the skim coat that just was freshly put on and what has dried. So they're doing two layers. So that's what makes the ceilings look so smooth and hides all the joints. The fact that it's puttied with mesh, single coat of skim coat, and then once dried coming back with a second coat. And then once that's dried, the last step is they go up there with palm sanders, and they go ahead and sand the entire ceiling just to get it very smooth, and then it's ready for paint. Same thing here in the little hallway. Remember yesterday they just had this one piece, so they're able to get 2 more boards in and pull through the electrical for the LED. So we can say that the cement board is up for the little hallway. So this is the last room. This is the first spare / office. So this is the last room that needs to have the cement board installed. There's been a lot of questions about how we're going to do the edges with the pool tile. So mosaic is going to be on the coping, mosaic on all the steps, all the rises will be the blue tile. But the way they will do it is, now keep in mind there's going to be mud here, right? There'll be mortar. So this will probably be up a ½ inch because it's going to set down in the fresh mortar. But there's going to be a bull nose of cement on all the edges. So wherever there's an edge, what they do is they actually do not just have it a sharp corner. They do a bull nose, and then we'll come in behind it and seal that bull nose. But the contractor will also have a mixture of a sealer, a different type of sealer. mixed into the concrete before they create that bullnose. So it's already sealed in the concrete itself. But then we'll come back on top of that with a second sealer and seal the rim all the way around. So that was the question, is this going to be a sharp edge? And the answer is no. There'll be a bullnose here for all the edges. And then for the long-time viewers, you guys know that these steps will be reworked. We're adding a step. So there's going to be a new step here. And then these get adjusted just by a couple inches all the way up, just to make the steps all. And remember we did the math over here. Well, it's got to be 2 months now. I think the steps are going to be about 9.5 inches, which is the same measurement as the steps that I created with Janelle going down to the garden. So that's where I got that measurement from. So now, like this step here is like 13 inches. So we'll create a 9.5 and then just continue up, and then that's going to raise this up a couple inches. And you guys will also recall we were a little concerned about this because the water level was kind of high on Wilma when she would sit. Now this will be tile, mosaic tile with a 1/2 inch, but even with that, the water level was a little above her chest. And you know, I'm glad that we're going to come up, I think, just less than 2 inches, and then do the mosaic on top of that, and that'll make the bench much more ergonomically friendly for Wilma to sit and enjoy the view. They did get in here today and do some power wash, so they got about almost all of it. So they did the sides, they did the floor, and they still got some work to do here. But they want to get this all power washed and ready to go before the tiling guys get up here. So I understand it's a different crew. It's a 3-man crew. It was a 4-man crew, but for whatever reason it's down to a 3-man crew. And hopefully they'll be here soon, because we're really looking forward to seeing this nice bright pool tile go on. Another viewer question was, is there any electrical outlets by the pool? And the answer, there will be one. There's going to be one 220 outlet with 2 receptacles here in the bar area that doubles as the water feature. So yes, we will have a 220 outlet here inside. Now there'll be a granite top here that'll come out the full 60 cm, and the outlet will be inserted under, so it's won't be affected by weather. But yes, we do have one 220 outlet here by the pool. And then nice to have. So here's an example of one of our nice to haves, right?
Yes, you don't really need to have it, but it's nice to have.
Nice to have. So you guys know we have water here. There's a water line running down the side of the fence and then down by the garden area, which was my sister's suggestion. There's another water line, and that's just going to be a simple spigot with a garden hose down there. But what we're going to do here, and this is going to be another project that Janelle and I are going to tackle, small project. So we went ahead and already bought the outdoor shower. It wasn't that expensive. So it's just going to be very simple. It's going to be just a spigot, so we can fill up a bucket or anything like that, or hook a hose to it if we want to, if we need to put water in the pool, for example. So there will be a spigot, but then it'll come up on the outside here with a pole, and it's just going to be a simple hook with an outdoor wand for a shower right here. And this is about 6 foot right here, 6 foot high. So it'll be right here. And then the project will be, is we're going to go ahead and do a 1 meter concrete pad. We'll go ahead and do it 4 inches thick. We're going to put a drain in the middle and go down with an elbow. And then we're just going to run that piping, 2-inch piping, and I'll get probably a 3-meter piece. So it's going to take it to that steep dip right there. And we'll just let the water exhaust in the middle of the rocks. It'll be underneath the rocks. You won't see it. But we'll just have a simple drain with 1 meter by 1 meter square. and we'll just mess with it to get it to taper in to go to the drain, and then drain out, elbow, and off it goes. So this is a nice to have project, and Janelle and I will knock this out in the next few weeks. One of my buddies back in New York, Jimmy S., he made a suggestion because this pergola roof tips this way. So you guys know I do not like gutters at all. But he said, hey, I think you're going to want to put a gutter here with a downspout because you did create drainage. You see the 3-inch drain right there? So the last hard rain that we had, there was a lot of water that came off here and was splashing on these rocks. Now, it didn't come up into this area at all. It just went down and then went out the drain. So it worked. But there was just a lot of splashing here. And this is where the pool pump's going to be. This is where the generator's going to be. So we're rethinking it, Jim. And we're going to go ahead and find a way to get a gutter here. And then we'll do one downspout. So we'll work on that. And then I got to decide if I just do an elbow into that, which means it's closed off, so any runoff from here would not go into that 3-inch drain. I don't like that idea. But somehow have it where the water from the downspout will find its way there, but yet this is still available for heavy rains, because the water does run right over to that 3-inch drain. So when I explain it to you, you like that suggestion, right?
I like the suggestion. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So I spoke to the guys about, and Arnell is coming up here to work on our water pump. And he works at City Hardware. So I'm going to talk to him if they have gutters that I could just buy. And this is only 3 meters. So from here to here is only 3 meters. So it's a small piece. You can see there's a few inch overhang. It's perfect for a gutter. And just pitch it this way, and then the water would just run down. So another one of the guys, Robert, he suggested, why don't you just take a piece of the flashing and try to make a gutter out of it. That's another option. But I'm going to go to City Hardware and see if I can find a piece with a downspout. And it looks like I'm going to have an elbow and an elbow, so it's up against this column and runs down the column, and then will run off right here by the 3-inch drain that goes out to the front of the property. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the list of Greg/Janelle projects.
Just trying to seal this window.
She's always working on this little piece of tarp because she doesn't want any rainwater to go in that second bedroom, get on that tile that we just grouted and sealed. So she comes back here a couple times a day, and look at all the piping she has. She has it tied up. She has some broken pieces of cement board, a little of everything, trying to keep this covered. So we're going to be very much looking forward to getting these windows installed, and hopefully they'll install this one first, right?
Yes, definitely.
That's the one you want first?
Yes.
Yeah. And take a look over here. This was that, remember that wall that we created for the dirty kitchen to kind of seal this off? I painted that sill as well because we were able to get the glass company to measure for that. So it'll be the exact same windows as the house. So that's just raw concrete, but I was able to sand that down yesterday with some sandpaper, and I put 2 real good coats of concrete paint in that seal. So that'll get a window here hopefully soon as well. All right, so like I said, we have Arnell coming up today, and he's going to be doing all the plumbing for the main water going to the house. Then the contractor takes it from entry of the house inside. So we're going to put our water storage tank in this area. So we don't know exactly where we're going to put it. So I'm open to Arnell's suggestion. The main water line comes in over in that area. So it's going to come through the fence, and then we'll obviously seal that off. And then the water line will simply run under the rocks. We have the rocks are just laying on top of the cement bags. So they'll run underneath. And then I'm thinking to have the storage tank right here. Now to accomplish that, we would remove those rocks and I would pour a simple pad right there, a concrete pad, level, large enough for the tank to sit on. Because this area right here, over here it's really slanted, but this is the most level. But he may want to put it towards the back of the property, not sure yet. But I'm thinking here. So either way, we'll remove the rocks and do a simple pad. And it's probably going to be, I think they said it's 1.2 meters round. So, you know, 1.2 meter, 1.2 meter square pad. Very easy to do, but that's what I'm thinking. And then we'll have our pressure tank and our actual pump underneath the roof in this area here after this slab is poured. So we can go ahead and get this poured either here or there here soon. And then I'll have to talk to the contractor about when he's going to pour this. I think this is going to be the first slab outside the house we want poured, just because of all the pool pump and the storage tanks and everything being, call it the utility room. I think we're going to ask to have this poured first. But this out here, I can do at any time. So once Arnell comes up and gives us his recommendation, we're going to make a decision, and then I'll be running down to City Hardware in the next few days and buying the storage tank, the pressure tank, and the pump with all the fittings. So one of the things that's part of Fiesta is people go around and play songs, and you can see my watchdog coming because I'm walking towards a stranger, so she wants to get in between. There she is. But here's something that happens all the time. Let me zoom in. They got little handmade guitars that they made themselves, and they go around and they play a little music, little song, and all they want is a little tip. So you know, a little 20 peso, 50 peso, and they move on to the next home. So this is very native and something that happens during Christmas and also happens during Fiesta. So there's Wilma, she ran to the truck and they played the music. Thank you guys. Salamat. So I talked to the two guys and I'm going on the road. We're gonna go around and play some music, and I'll give all my proceeds to the two gentlemen.
You're gonna get a good tip.
Hopefully. So what is this made out of? Coconut?
There's a coconut shell.
Coconut shell.
And it's some type of wood.
And this is wood that he hand carved?
Yeah.
Nylon.
And this is nylon.
They made it.
You made it. Ah.
Yeah, it's a nylon.
Nice music. All right, so it's made out of coconut shell, guys. All right, so let's go. What house are we going to next?